In the sun-drenched savannas of Ouagadougou, where the wind sang through torn trees and the stars watched with old eyes, there lived a man called Kofi Baba, the last griot of his bloodline. He had once been a river of stories, a drumbeat of history. With a voice that rang like brass bells and hands that could pull tales from silence, he kept the names of all who lived and all who had passed. But time, cruel and slow, had taken from him. Now he was old. His fingers ached. His memory flickered like dying firelight. Worse, he had forgotten his own name. One night, under a crescent moon, Kofi dreamt of a tree, a towering baobab, its back carved with thousands of glowing names. Beneath it sat a lion with silver whiskers and eyes full of thunder. It said, "When you have forgotten yourself, go to where the wind has no name. There you will find the tree that remembers all." Kofi awoke to distant drums. Not from the village, but from somewhere deep, beneath the ground, inside his bones. He packed his gourd of water, his talking drum, and a piece of red cloth woven by his grandmother. Then he began the journey. Alone. His first stop was the village of Whispering Doors, where no one called your name unless you paid them with truth. The chief there, a tall woman with glass beads in her hair, said, "You seek the baobab of names? Few do. Few are returned. To reach it, you must give up what you cannot carry." She pointed to his drum. "Leave it. You must walk without the past." Kofi's hands trembled. His drum had sung bird songs and death chants. It held stories of heroes, cowards, lovers, and ghosts. But he left it behind and walked on. The river that sang back. At the edge of the desert lay a river that flowed in two directions at once, forward and backward. The old griot knelt and drank from its waters. Immediately, memories flooded back. His mother humming in the morning. His lover dancing under harmattan skies. A child's name he once sang before the boy was taken by fever. Tears fell. And the river caught them, turning silver. Then a voice came from the reeds, "Name yourself." Kofi opened his mouth. Nothing. The river murmured, "You have forgotten too much." The next stretch was sand. No road. No shade. Only bones, mirages, and voices that asked questions with no answers. Who are you without your stories? When you are forgotten, do you still exist? What is the price of remembering? Kofi stumbled. Starved. Burned. Then, one night, as he collapsed beneath a dead acacia tree, he met a child. Or something shaped like a child. It wore a crown of fireflies and eyes like deep wells. "Tell me a story," it said. "I have none," he croaked. "Then let me tell you yours." The child being placed a hand on his chest. And the stars above flickered. The wind shifted. Then it began. Once there was a boy born during an eclipse. He cried without sound. The village elder said he was a vessel. That stories would live in him. As the tale unfolded, Kofi saw himself, laughing, learning, grieving, singing. When the story ended, the child said, "You are a keeper, not a creator. You carry names not for glory, but so they do not vanish." Kofi bowed. He remembered his mother's last words, "Never forget who you are carrying." On the 13th night, with cracked feet and empty stomach, Kofi came upon a vast clearing of red dust. In its center stood a baobab larger than any building, its trunk wide as a house, its branches like reaching arms. Names passed across its back, glowing, shifting, whispering. It spoke, not with sound, but with memory. "You have come. What is your name?" Kofi asked. "I am the sum of all who were. I am memory made root." "Then tell me mine." The tree hesitated. "You gave it away? Piece by piece. To remember others. There is one way to reclaim it." "How?" "You must carve it on me." "But names here are not written with ink or blade. They are written with truth. The carving of truth." Kofi sat before the tree. It gave him a shard of obsidian shaped like a quail. Then came the task, not writing words, but reliving moments. He had to face what he had buried. First, the betrayal of his brother, whose name he refused to sing after a long-ago fight. Second, the unborn child he never claimed. Third, the time he let a village forget itself during war to save his own life. Each truth was a wound. Each name carved bled light. When he finished, the tree whispered, "Speak now." And for the first time in decades, he said, "My name is Kofi Baobab, son of fire. Keeper of the lost. Rememberer of rememberers." And the tree bowed. When Kofi returned to Ouagadougou, his hair had turned snow-white. His steps were slow, but his voice, it rang with thunder. He gathered children beneath the tamarind tree and told them the names of forgotten ancestors. He sang of a woman who loved the god, a goat who outran fire, a chief who became dust to feed his people. Each story ended the same way. Their name is not gone. It lives in you. And when he finally died, old and smiling, they buried him not with stone, but with a seed, a baobab. And when it grew, it whispered names only the wind could hear. Many years later, a girl named Iona sat beneath the baobab. She heard it whisper, "Do you want to remember?" She nodded. And the roots stirred. Because names never die. They only sleep, waiting for someone to listen.